guys, and welcome back to Survival Records. I was just in there eating an apple pie and forgot to put my hood back up. Anyway, welcome back. I am resuming my work on getting this ship redesigned, rebuilt, getting it back to, back to flyable condition. I guess technically you could fly it right now, but, I want it to look good. I had a nice recommendation for a name. She started off as the Farnaida, which is that Spanish word for, it's formidable. Formidable and Farnaida come from the same root word. And there is a Spanish word for lithe and nimble, esbelta, which we use the word svelte in English to have an equivalent to that. And so I'm thinking esbelta is her new name. And I will christen her with that once she's ready for her first launch. But in the meantime, I've been looking around and thinking I need to do some rebuilding. These wheel pieces they're decoratively, so I'm going to get rid of them. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it by cutting out those blocks right there underneath so I can take them off as a chunk. But while we're over here looking at this side of things, you notice this line of conveyor ports is just outside of those battery blocks. And I know the batteries are mirrored on either side of the center line axis because I put a lot of effort into making sure that that was the case. And you'll see on this side that line of conveyor is tucked into the batteries. So I have confirmed that that is in fact a discrepancy. They're not even. So I'm going to fix it. And I don't know why I keep getting little bits of damaged block out here. That's so weird. But that means I'm going to be able to recess them further in, and then I can have there be an exterior wall here that will lock the cabin in with the air pressure. Speaking of air pressure, I happened to make a comment when I was dismantling the nose out here. And I said, I don't know why there are vents out here. I meant, I don't know why there were extra vents out here, as well as all of the vents that were in here. There's one right there that I haven't taken out. I'm well aware that a vent is necessary to suck air out of the atmosphere and put it into tanks, or to pressurize an area. I'm doing it in this building here. I just meant, I don't know why there are so many extras that they're, all over the place. But anyway, let's get into it and start working on the esbelta. So I removed these intact because I don't actually have that blueprint yet, that schematic. I was gonna piece them together and shove them inside there, but I guess I don't really have to do that, do I? I know there had been concern for a while that whole blocks like that would have a, lag aspect, but I don't know. I think I might just load it up with these. They're a little more structurally sound. They're a little more a little heavier, I guess they are. That right. So 2 interior plates, 1 motor, 4 construction components, and 2 more in plates. So these guys are a few interior plates lighter. let's just do this. So, I'm jumping up here because it's actually, oh wait, I can jump up to the top here. I wanted to look at these timer blocks. I'm thinking what I want to do is install them in the cabin of the ship, down in this area. Maybe have it kind of mirror what I've got going on that side, because this area here is no longer a you know, I want to use it instead of just decorate with it. And I'm gonna have some use for timer blocks on this guy, especially if I ever get another hinge. Like if I get a second hinge here, I could do an airtight ramp. That I think would be a fun thing to try and do.
Low.
So let's get to that. My energy is low. It's a good enough excuse to hop in my... There it is. I guess my food and water are a little low as well. I should probably remedy that. Okay. Oh, and I'm stuck already. Ow! How did that... Fine. Let's go get some food. Maybe it's dark enough to sleep. Anyway. Oh, look, and put away that blueprint. Wrong side of that. Here's this. Can I sleep? Ah, yes. There we go. And I took all my food out of here. And good morning. So that's got me up to 60 and 59. Good enough. This thing keeps... Okay, the blueprints that they have in them, they keep sort of resetting. Like, this can make 3 more sets of these mushrooms, but it stops. I don't know why it stops. I thought maybe it was because of the Izzy's inventory manager script, but I've set these guys to be ignored by it. Like, here we got more. I could grow more crops in here. I'm going to try growing some more cabbages. Yeah, I'm going to do 1 cabbage per 3 organics, so there's that. Because I'm going to make the tofu soup, which is really good at getting your food back. 75%. That's worthwhile. Anyway, let me get back to that. All right, where were we? Taking this chunk off here. It's all ready to go. Now, like I said, I am reinstalling them, but I think I'm going to end up attaching them to each other. I'm going to have to redo the buttons for the ramped open and close. But that's kind of what I expected. Actually, if I just reattach them, I might be able to just get away with not having to reprogram them. Oh, that was timer block down below. I don't want to destroy that. They're rather fragile. It's the one block right there. Let me figure out how to get to it. Alright, here we go. For whatever reason, when I repaired that one block, the vents inside started depressurizing. I don't know where they are putting the oxygen that they're collecting, but it's making a racket. I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, hear this? Go figure. Alright. So 6. Do I have room for him to be 6 tall and 2 wide? That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I do. I can just put them in right along that section there, but I'd have to get rid of these. What would fall off? Oh, the top one. Alright. And then I want them to come into this spot. Alright. And here, let's grab some of these guys. Weld pads. And I want 2, 3, 4. That should be enough. And we'll attach on the top corner. Just under, or because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Would be up 1, so I guess I could do them in a different way. Let me redesign it a little bit. I know I keep like bringing you guys back and talking with you and not doing things, but I had thought it would be straightforward. Alright, I'm going to make it 5 tall with 2 side protuberances. Oh, and I know what I'm going to do now. Okay, so that one and that one. And that means I gotta put those off to the side. I'm gonna attach one of those there and one of those there. I just have to attach this to that. And then I'm going to attach both of those to there. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize that timer blocks had orientations to them. I was going to throw on an ore detector, because, you know, flying past an asteroid, I want to see what's there. I might install the radio spectroscopy or spectronomy mod as well, because that's a cool mod. Gotta give it a shot. But also, you know, you gotta work, you know, fill out the wall here. That's gonna bug me now. Let me redo it. I did save one remote control block from somewhere else, so being able to access this remotely might be useful at some point. So I think if I connect it in like that, I then have to load that, slide it in right here, and that'll basically do it for me. Yeah. Alright. That. And like that. I don't have the small grid remote control block, so I am having to use some recycled bits. Now, this is now upside down. Is there a way I can get it to fall right side up? Well, I can do it a different way. Nope, not like that. There we go. I lean it against the wall. This is a tricky bit. You kind of have to wedge it up against something. Or have it sort of slide into place to get it in there. Annoyingly, I'm also going to be looking at the back of the remote control block while I'm sitting in there looking at it, but so be it. Alright, that sort of works. Just need to get in here, grab it like this. And then I need to attach it from the other side. And then I'll have my slice of computers back into the system. Oh, do I have any small grid programmable blocks? Those actually look pretty good and are useful. I know I have 2 of them on there already. Let me go check that out before I get too much further. Got one here from when it was attached to the sprite, so I'm going to see how I can attach it. There might be another one that was on the back of this. Yeah, there's one right there. So I'll put a couple of those on. The other thing that I obviously, an antenna helps, is going to be useful, but I'd like that to be kind of central to the ship as well. Yeah. The other blocks that I actually already have access to... Oh, so I don't have the button pad, but what I can put on there is a sensor. Let's just pull up there. Alright. Yeah, that's a large grid remote control. And here... was programmable. That... Here we go, that's what I was looking at. There we go. I can put a sensor in as a, an access panel type thing. And I can attach a custom turret controller to the block as well. Give that something to balance off. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for some of that. All right. So, a couple of turret controllers. I mean, probably just for decoration, but better to have them. Not need them than to need them and not have them. So it's 5 tall. Means 5 up from the floor. 1, 2, 5. I think I want to put them right underneath the right there. Because on the other side, over here, we are back 3. 2 out. 3. So 1 more. That wall's extra thick. So maybe I ought to actually put these in. I feel like it might. I am reconsidering my design choices. Alright, so it took a little bit of fussing back and forth to get it to fit in there correctly, but I do now have this side kind of mirroring this side. However, I had to detach this piece here from there in order to slide it in properly and get it to connect. And I'm wondering if I even want to reattach it, because it does pose a point where you could have a gap in the air tightness. It'd end up being a spot right there. So let me reconsider this just for a moment. And besides, I kind of forgot to attach those control blocks, or programmable blocks, while I was here. So let me get these guys inserted and attached. So down here. Alright, I just had to do a bit of experimenting to figure out how to get this to work, and well, let me show you what I've got as a result. The small grid programmable block has only the one attachment point on the back. And in order to get it into where I want to put it, I have to grab it from a very specific angle. And in order to do that, I have to reposition it pretty delicately. So I'm going to place it on this other mag block on the back of the little sapping vehicle. There. And now I can come around here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to grab. I want to come up this way and grab it pretty much straight on. Ooh, almost like that. Yeah, like that. I want to be able to... oh, no, actually, I think I want to grab it lower than that, even. Yep, come on. Like this. Alright, now I can release that one. Let's turn the auto lock off and switch lock. Now I can go into where I want to place it. And actually be able to place it in there properly. I should have attached these prior to attaching the wall, but I was having so much trouble fussing around with getting the wall to fit in there properly, I actually forgot to. But it's something like this, I think. So let's check it out. And yeah, I want to have it up one. I want to attach it right to there. Right? Yeah. So that. And there we go. One down, one to go. All right, just closing in this. Yeah. Well, you know, I wonder, now that everything's reattached, is the button gonna work? It still wants to trigger the ramp. Oh, hey, look at that. That's funny. Of course, that might just be these blocks over here, and these all were just decorative or somehow otherwise used. Let's see, this one has edit constructor called once every session and always before any other method is called. Use it to initialize your script. So this is just the default stuff. No. And we can just toggle it on to have it look good. So, we are good to go. Let's get welding. It's always very dramatic when the sun sets behind the mountain. You can see the shadows moving across. Anyway, I have attached these, and you know, I'm going from one project to the next. I guess I'm not really that organized. Maybe I ought to put together a what's it called? A to-do list. But next on the to-do list, after the to-do list, I will, I'm going to do something with the ramp here, because I was noticing this button, for whatever reason, that button wasn't working. That's why I kept walking out here and hitting that button. Now, I don't know why one button would work and one didn't. They were set up to press the same timer block, so I am now redoing the timer blocks on this, just so that the button becomes reliable there and down here. And there is a method that I want to use. I do not want to fly around with this subgrid being loose. And the best way to do it, to my knowledge, is to lock it in place with a landing gear. And so I am going to have a landing gear placed right here, I think. So that, and the landing gear is too wide. So like that, And I may as well mirror it on this side so that it looks decent. Alright, and so what's going to end up happening is the gate will... The rotor is locked, it's extended, and then it'll go up and lock and close. So let me get to that. Alright, let's get a...
Energy low.
I was going to say, let's get a bit of a to-do list established, but maybe it's nighttime enough. Hey, it is, alright. So, I finished off the ramp, I think, and now it's a matter of getting the, well, getting the rest of the ship done. So order of operations. I think maybe the interior first. Here we go. The interior, and a subsection to the interior is I want to get it airtight. And then I want to get it aesthetic. And yes, I have terrible spelling, and this does not have a little red squiggly line underneath it for me to use. So, part of making it airtight is going to be a canopy. And so that's a sub piece. And then on the exterior, I need to get the thruster alignment and the landing gear. And the ramp is pretty much done. I'll show you guys that in a second. Next, I would need armor. And reattach the decoy blocks. And I think that's everything? Maybe? I'm too impulsive with my building styles. I just go from one little bit to the next. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head to add to this, but I will, I'll bring it back if I think of something. Wait, that's... why is it not showing up? Content, text. There we go. Alright. So, the landing ramp, right? So ostensibly the level that landing gear is at is the ground level, right? And the ramp is currently open. And you see these gears are set to auto lock. So, I'll press the button. The ramp retracts. And then those gears lock. I'll press the button again. It actually, first thing it does is it unlocks them and then turns them off. And then it turns them back on. And then it turns, and then it does that. Also, the rotor that goes back and forth, I actually turn the rotor off when it is locked. So about 10 seconds after it runs, it then turns the rotor off. Can I see the rotor? Yeah, hinge for the ramp with the power off, right? So hopefully with the power off and the subgrid locked in place. I won't feel any phantom forces in here on this. Now, next, I think I want to do the canopy. And that's going to take me a minute to design and implement. So let's get to that, and I'll just start doing it, and I'll show you guys clips as I go, and I'll turn it into a little bit of a montage / time lapse. So I'll see you on the other side. Oh, you know what? Before we get too far into this, I completely forgot to tell you guys. I installed the mod for putting in a survival mirror. So, yeah, you're going to be seeing me do that. Yeah. There. Now we can go. Yeah. Here, let's go. guys, here it is. I wanted to go a little more special with the Canopy than it is, but I think it'll work out. I was originally envisioning something a little stretched out more than this, maybe with the 2-on-1 slopes instead of the 1-on-1, but we'll see. I'll have to give it a shot. And yeah, things are looking good. I like this frame inside here. I think I had like intended on it being where the canopy attached, but then that wasn't making any sense either. So like it's got. I think what I'll end up doing is running some lights on top of here to make it look good. The front up there is gonna have a well, yeah, it's something else. We'll see. Anyway, I grab a little bit of food before I go. My last thing of singles chips. Oh, dang it! That's right. I'm suffocating. Well, how do I should fix that? Oh yeah, I got the airtight atmospheric seal back in the cabin. It took a lot longer than you'd expect because there were lots of tiny little holes all over the place, but I am pretty happy with how that went. Anyway, it's it is time for me to end this episode because I am running long. It's late. A couple of other things I needed to do is I had to reroute this. They had to be solid blocks, so now they're running that way. This whole piece on top that runs back to that parachute is a little superfluous. Like, I don't know that the parachute there is what I want to have there. And for that matter, with the tubes running to the front of the ship, I could run them down along the side here instead, and have the front and the top be open still. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Survival Records. If you like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll get plenty more out to you. And in the meantime, thanks for watching.